anticipation. Hi, good morning. My name is Ilham. So here I'm presenting to you a training teaching plan that I will plan to pitch on to mostly F&B industry. So the topic that I would want to cover is first is product quality. In regards to product quality, on this topic, I would take about 1 day to cover. The training program is about the basics of delivering great quality products in a restaurant specifically. The objective is to enable participants to apply the correct techniques by referring to standard operation manual. The problem with the industry right now is we always talk about SOP, SOP, SOP. Current generation, people are not monkey say, monkey do. A lot of time when you say to do, they question you why? Why? So in this program, it's more of making you understand not about the SOP, about why it's important to apply and the consequences if you don't apply. And the training outcome is to target to reduce the product complaints within 6 months. For an opening session, I believe opening is like a first impression of the training program. If you don't get your participants to be excited about the program, you will lose their attention immediately. So forget about 1 day, in 10 minutes you lose their attention. So for opening, you would think that people are like, yeah, team. But in our own experience, our first day, we registered, we got our name tags, and we just sat down and I'm like waiting for Jackson, right? So what can we do? What can we do to loosen up? It's a common practice for trainings is to do ice breaking. Ta-da! To open a show, you do an ice breaking. You break the ice. Break the ice is important to do in. It's important to do at least 15 minutes. It can be as simple as meet 3 people that have the same similarities. Or it can be like what Ralph did, you use props. Now, going into Model 1. Model 1 for me is food safety and standard. Food safety standard duration will be about 120 minutes for the coverage of the topic. Objective is the content we have consequences of poor food handling. 3 types of food contamination, prevention of food contamination, and importance of temperature control. The idea is a lot of restaurants would close down because they say sales are not coming in. Why sales are not coming in? It's not that the product is not good. It's because you lose sight of the basics of getting good products. Before getting good products, you need to know how to handle your products. So these are what we'll be covering in Module 1. In Module 1, the things that I would need is the method. The method I would teach is Q&A on understanding where they are, lecture just like this, and buzz group on discuss with the person next to you or discuss in the group what are contamination that can happen in a restaurant. The assessments normally, for me, I believe having a pre-assessment, especially on this topic, because it's all on SOP, it's good to measure, sorry, it's good to measure the understanding of the participant beforehand. So you'll know how much of the SOP that they understand or the level of competency. So they would have a pre-assessment before training. The materials as like now, a screen, a laptop, and then we go into a tea break, teh tarik. So I'm an avid teh tarik drinker. So 15 minutes. 15 minutes is not only just for tea breaks. This is the time where we want the participant to also communicate with each other to still have continuous ice breaking. So tea breaks is over. We have Module 2. Module 2 is about proper handling of stocks. So now on this topic, it will be about 1 hour. I would cover understanding the importance of quality raw materials, discussing characteristics of raw materials, identifying 4 steps to proper stock receiving, results from poor stock handling, and potential hazardous food and storage guidelines. On this topic, it's more of now you know on how to do proper handling. Handling meaning it's food safety, on sanitation, on your cleanliness. When you have products, raw products, example, a banana. Jackson offered us a banana on the first day, right? So what is a good quality banana? Would it be green color or yellow color? Yellow, right? So if you say green, it's like, how are you going to consume? It's good quality, is not the best to make a product that is edible, right? So on this, we talk about the raw of the material. Next, as usual, the methodology for this one will be review. Review for me is before lunch break. What do you guys remember from module 1? And then we can continue on the second topic. It's because for me, I believe there are certain people that are short-term memories and long-term memory. When you keep reminding them, not keep consistently, but slowly just checking with them, then you know that you have their focus. So then we would have games and a bit of lecture. Assessment, oral question is like, what do you think? It's more of I ask and you answer. And the materials on this one, for games, I would use props. So I'm thinking of props in a way that I talk about storage guidelines. I will probably use actual products or props on how they would store their products in the restaurant, in their kitchen. And then we go into lunch. Everybody raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Put your tummy. Say hungry. Hungry. Not yet, wait for me to finish first. Okay, so after lunch is over, normally, this is after this, we see if we're like this, yeah? This is what happens after lunch. So, right after lunch, we normally do energizer. So for me, it's bust the move, right? Normally, it starts off like this. That's why we do it in about 15 minutes, at least one song, so that you get to do like this a little bit more. So we try later, yeah? And then let's go into Module 3. Module 3 is about essential kitchen tools. So now you have raw materials. How do you process that material? For this one, will be about 90 minutes, covering the importance of consistency in a product. We talk about identifying types of tools and equipment required in a restaurant and benefit of using the right tools. For every restaurant, they require different tools. For example, this one, the tool in the picture is wok. Do you think that it's the same as a normal pan? In your opinion, yes or no? Or wok? Yes or no? No. No. For certain people, they think that it's above heat is the same thing. But the outcome of the product, example, char kway teow, turned out differently because the smell is not there, the flavor is not wok fried. So there are reasons behind using the proper tools and techniques. The methods on this topic would cover review, discussions, and lecture. Same thing, oral questions. And for this one is mahjong paper. Mahjong paper meaning I'll get people in their groups and to write down what are the benefits and ask each group to present a little bit of what they have discussed. Next one is coffee or break for 15 minutes. And then when that's over, we have module 4 for 60 minutes covering about food quality control. Thank you. So food quality control, now you have the product. You know how to handle. After is to cook, to process the product. Food quality control covers mostly on processes when you are doing a recipe. So on this, we will cover identifying the aspects of good product quality, elaboration of different cooking techniques and outcome, the importance of proper plating and garnishing of a product. So for some people, for me personally, I think anything my mom cooks is delicious. So when I check with her, hey, how much you put this one, how much you put this? Ikut suka je, you ikut rasa saja. And then here I am, trying to think in the F&B, how do we teach someone ikut rasa saja, right? So that's why there is a technique to visualize and see your result, okay? Whether it's supposed to look golden brown, it's supposed to look a little bit more wet or dry. And then the proper plating and garnishing. You can have good products, but not all product will be sellable in a restaurant because of how you plate. Now, free marketing is easy, correct? So like Hajri explained about marketing online. If people don't see it attracting them to post online, they will not post online. That, for me, marketing on a restaurant, people are spending so much to market, to print out all these things, people simply just throw now. So now the impact is you need to understand why you need to proper plate and garnish a product. Next one is on the methodology, discussion, and demonstration. Demonstration meaning we will actually have proper props, just one tool to show them a comparison. This is a good product and this is not a good product. For assessment, it will be now this is the last module. So we would want to give after-class assessment to see whether or not they get the point of the classes, whether the scoring of the percentage gets higher. Written assessment, for this part, for me, is A, B, C, D, right? Written assessment, I would want to see what they have learned. But some people, they say, oh, they cannot write English. This one is we want to hear from them, from the heart, whether or not this is achievable, and observation on their performance and the materials. The closing is also important as the opening. Closing is because you want them to have continuous result. Continuous result, how? A company should have assignment on to see whether or not the outlet managed to minimize their complaint, or which product is the one that always have the complaints. And observation, assessment on whether or not the practices are following the processes that we have written in the SOP. Yeah, thank you. Any questions?